Welcome to RaceMob Weekly. Today we're talking about finding you the right training plan. We recently had over 50 people sign up for our January challenge, and head coach, RRCA certified coach of RaceMob, Bertrand, is here with us to talk about finding the right training plan for each of those people. How do we go about doing it? How do we find base training plans for them? Welcome to RaceMob, where we've got training tips, running reviews, and inspirational stories. Check out our podcast, YouTube channel, Instagram account, or visit us at racemob.com. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you get notified when new videos go live. And so without further ado, we'll get right into it. So Coach, when you take a look at people filling out the survey, letting us know what their goals are and what they're struggling with, and what how do you go about finding a perfect training plan to get them results within those 30
Thank you, Kevin.
days?
And that's a very good question. First off, identifying with the athlete, what's your goal? Understanding where you want to be, whether it be from a weight loss perspective, if you want to run faster, run further, what is your own individual unique goal? Being able to articulate that is key. And we've had several examples where clients have come to us and maybe they were unsure. They just wanted to get in better shape. We all have that common goal, but to be specific and have measurable goals is very, very important.
How do you tweak a training plan for somebody who's looking to lose weight versus somebody who's maybe looking to run further? What are some of the things that you might be looking at?
One, diet. Giving some consideration to diet, having the athlete calendar their food consumption from a calorie standpoint, maybe doing that for a week or two, just to journal that is very important, just to get a general idea. And if we're giving some nutrition advice, how much water are we drinking? Water is important, especially as it relates to your overall health and wellness. Maybe pulling back on sugary drinks, things along those lines, more leafy greens, things that are proven to have an effect if you have an active lifestyle in driving down weight loss. If you're looking to run further, if you're programming on someone's training calendar, more mileage with strategic rest days, maybe tweaking the intensity if someone is looking to get faster. So we can add volume, we can add intensity, we can address someone's calendar from a nutritional standpoint that all can feed to their own unique individual goals.
Yeah, I think something probably that you're mentioning, but if somebody's looking to run longer, then you're looking to up that long run at the end of the week, by 10% or whatever. Maybe as somebody who's looking to lose weight, you're looking at kind of overall time or building a schedule that may fit their long-term schedule, because what you're trying to do is maybe instill good habits, baseline habits, and all of that. So I think that's fantastic that we're kind of getting into the weeds a little bit, but it all depends on what your goal is, right? What is your goal? What are you looking to do? Maybe do you have a timeline for that goal? And we can build nutritional plans, we can build training plans, we can build other things around that goal. Okay, what else are you looking at when you're building a training plan?
One, we have to see where you're at. There's no two ways about it. I mean, it's one thing to have a goal, but we need to assess where you currently at in order to measure against that goal. So what do we mean by that? One, the client is free to share their current weight. Maybe we're doing some strength-based or distance-based, speed-based workouts to get that benchmark. Maybe one lap around the track. Maybe it's a mile. Maybe it's push-ups. Things along those lines, to kind of just to get a general assessment on where the athlete is, so we can fine tune the training towards those goals.
Fantastic. Yeah. And I love figuring this piece of it out too, because as we found from our running fundamentals course, people are at different stages. Even if they say they're new to running is different for every individual. And running is different from, as we learned, push-ups and other things. So people,
you're right.
like everybody kind of has
a very good example with an athlete. We'll take a Jaime Lopez. Jaime, when you initially inquired about training services, primarily a runner, but also had a triathlon that he was looking to accomplish. So we had to look at the training calendar and modify it being from primarily cardio-based, mixing in strength training. And what did some of that strength training look like? We incorporated push-ups. We incorporated some speed work. We incorporated longer distances. And of course, when you have different disciplines in a triathlon, time on the bike, time in the water, mixing up the training instead of it being 100% running based, that again, looking at the athlete's goals, assessing where they're at, and then modifying the workout on a weekly basis. So there's varied effects, was most beneficial. And I'm happy to say that this past weekend he completed his first half Ironman with success.
Wow. Fantastic. Yeah. And I think the other thing to get into is there is this thing called minimum effective dose, right? So, I mean, I think when we talk about strength training, incorporating strength training, well, if you're not incorporating any strength training, meaning you haven't done a push up in a year or so, just doing a couple is going to get you
Yeah, some results, sure. Absolutely.
some results. Yeah, exactly. So just seeing where you're at currently makes a big difference in what you program in, what you get them to do, seeing where you are at via like what types of strength workouts, what types of speed workouts, all of that I think goes into, in some respect into the programming. Okay. What else do we have, Coach?
And let's see, the minimum effective dose, which you've touched on, um, time and commitment. I mean, a very important.
Yeah.
We are able to provide a roadmap to your success based on your goal, based on where you're at. But ultimately, we need to calendar that out. And what is the level of commitment? How much time are we looking at? Is that a 90-day goal? If there is a race on the calendar, back planning a training plan that is geared towards making you most ready for that race day. Or if it's a special event, there may be somebody getting married and wants, you're looking to drop 15 pounds. Being able to visualize that, but also how much time and the level of commitment broken down in a focused amount of time in order to see the goal through.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you can't have a training plan work unless it works with somebody's schedule and what their level of commitment is. You can't put something on the calendar for 3 hours if the person only has 30 minutes. And so, yeah, getting an assessment of that, I think, really determines what you want to put on the calendar and getting that buy-in from the athletes off the bat so that they are committed to that plan, that they like the plan, that if they need to tweak it, if certain days don't work, that they can tweak it kind of early on. I think that's fantastic to know and to have note of right off the bat. All right, what else do we do? What are other things that you're looking at?
Yeah, just to piggyback off of time and commitment, there are going to be obstacles in the way. We know that athletes are going to struggle with certain things, and life happens, work happens, family happens, sometimes injury or illness happens. The ability to modify the training and acknowledge those items, but also sometimes we struggle with ourselves. Being able to find commitment, and again, if you're able to visualize where you want to be with your goals, navigating those obstacles, whether again be with work, with other things that come up in family life, if it's calendared, you have a higher propensity to get out and actually put in the work. That more than anything, we've talked about this in the past as well, is just finding the time to get it done and building that momentum as you look at your weekly training calendar and navigating the obstacles, because that's going to happen. That is part of the process. Just finding the time and working our way through those general obstacles and struggles.
Fantastic, cool. Anything else that you're taking a look at when you're looking at putting the right training plan in front of the right person?
When we're going through the assessment, I'm getting an idea on the athlete's history, where they've had some success in the past and maybe where they've had some challenges, and putting that all together, and where it is not just coach's vision. There has to be buy-in on both sides, where we feel that the quantity and the volume of work based on the athlete's current schedule, that it's going to work, and that we have measurable time frames. We're going to see where the progress is. I think it's very important. It's one thing to say, here's the plan and go have fun with it, but there has to be a level of continued engagement and being able to modify, and things that are working we amplify, things that may not be working we can change and edit. And just good two-way communication is key to the overall success, and have fun in the process. I mean, training shouldn't be looked at as as a burden, or a task. It should be something that you enjoy. Working out and being active and running, all those activities can be therapeutic, and we wanted to feel that way, something you look forward to. And again, visualize the completion of your goals. If you want to get faster, see yourself faster. If you want to get leaner, see yourself leaner. If it's establishing a personal best in a future race, imagine race day. Imagine crossing that finish line. Imagine what that medal is going to feel around your neck, and seeing that finishing time. That will be the motivation that will get you through those workouts, up to the desired goals.
Fantastic. Well, for all of you in the audience, we do have a free 30-day training plan. And we have this little fun quiz that allows you to pick the right training plan for you. Many of the questions are some of the questions that we just chatted about here. What are your goals? What are you looking to do in 2021? Where are you currently at? A quick physical assessment, as well as what are you struggling with? What do you normally have problems with, whether that be motivation or staying on a diet or injury? It's all good things for us to know so that we can choose the right training plan for you. And again, a lot of these training plans, you're going to get a free kind of baseline or buffer training plan. You'll also be entered into a group of other people working towards that same training plan for the month of January if you're interested. But again, these training plans are baseline. So you might have to tweak, you might have to modify a little bit, and you're going to be able to do all of that within Final Surge, which is the tool that we use to give you that training plan. And if you just want to take a look at it and go off on your own, you can do that as well. But we're trying to give you all the tools to make you successful here in 2021. So please go ahead and fill out this training plan quiz, find the right training plan for you, and hopefully you're going to see a lot more success here in the coming months. All right. The other things that we want to get to, we want to shout out some of our RaceMob crew, and particularly we have Jaime, Irina, and Winnie. I want to give a huge shout out to Winnie, who was part of our Running Fundamentals crew. And I think at the beginning of the Running Fundamentals course, she was running close to maybe a 50-minute, 48-minute, I think, was her 5K time. And this last week,
36
38 minutes
36
I think, something like that. 36 minute 5K. So I mean, we knocked that time down incredibly over the course of 6 weeks. Huge shout out to Winnie for doing all that, for taking some of the advice. I think we worked a little bit on strength. Again, at the beginning she had a hard time doing one push-up, two push-ups, and by the end was able to build that strength in the upper
running
body.
form.
Really worked on running form. Yeah, really worked on running form. So huge kudos to you for helping break down the running form, giving her some feedback, some advice, working on the cadence. Overstriding was definitely one of the things that we worked on early on. So huge kudos to you for working on that with her. And then just huge kudos to Winnie for putting in the work. I mean, she has a little kiddo, and it's not always easy to put in that work, but she's been putting in the work, putting it in with the stroller and everything, and yeah, they've just been doing fantastic. So
again, team,
huge kudos to Winnie.
15 plus minute improvement, 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, we'll go back and double check, but that is in a 6-week period in a 5K time. That is significant. And what did we do? We just helped provide a roadmap and some training information and motivation and accountability. And when you put all those three components together with the athlete buying in and putting in the work, great things happen.
Fantastic. All right, give us some other shout outs. I know you just mentioned Jaime.
Yeah, this
not
dude
too long ago
completed a self-supported half Ironman, and in the Fresno area over the weekend. Swam 1.2 miles in frigid lake waters, very cold. I don't know how he did it, man. So just hats off with the mental toughness, and then hopped on the bike for 56 freaking miles, and then capped it off, making it back to his high school, and got on the track and ran a half marathon. And I was fortunate enough to get out and run the last 9 miles with him. This dude was running some laps at a sub 7 minute pace. And I thought I was going to go down there and just like hang out,
What?
chat it out, motivate from a
Woo.
distance. And I was having to work, and he had already swam 1.2 miles and biked,
Oh wow.
56 miles. So just a credit to his tenacity, drive, and just great to see him finish that effort. Also, Irina, who's one of our RaceMob contributors, she gives us some great physical therapist advice. She completed her
Mhm.
12th marathon, um, and finished in a personal best time of 4 hours and 8 minutes. Great to see her hard work pay off. She was supported and paced by some wonderful
Wow.
teammates. So, congratulations, Irina, Jaime, and Winnie. Hats off to you.
Fan Fantastic, fantastic. And I know that there was the Krampus 5K, 10K this past weekend. Saw some great videos from Matt and from George, who were over there supporting. And I think that was a self-supported course, so he had laid out the routes on the course. Some really cool artwork. So fantastic job, Matt. And I know that they're doing a great Sasquatch road trip coming up in January. So we'll have all the details. In fact, we're meeting with Matt, so that we can get all the details out to you guys in the RaceMob audience. But some fantastic stuff over the weekend. And in running news, some fantastic news from Sarah Hall and the
Yeah, I
Marathon
mean, it
Project.
wasn't too long ago that
You
we
want
were showcasing her efforts when she ran in the London Marathon. That's right,
London?
and she was second female overall
Yeah,
with that fantastic final 5K. Yeah, the final
the
500
kick.
meters was just amazing.
Yeah.
Um, and most people, that was what, 11 weeks ago. So she ran her personal best, I think
Mm-hmm.
2:24, or thereabouts. Fast forward 11 weeks later, yesterday was the Marathon Project in Chandler, Arizona, and it had some elite runners. A lot of people didn't feel that Sarah was the favorite because of the duration between marathon efforts, and she PR'd and was the second fastest female American ever, running 2:20 and change. Fantastic, you know.
Incredible, incredible, awesome. Well, let's talk about Santa
Yeah,
Barbara
the our
virtual.
friends with Run Local, they've had a free virtual half marathon, the Santa Barbara half marathon. You can still sign up and complete it. I think the finishing deadline is coming up, but it's free. You upload your results. I think there's some prizes that you might be eligible for as well. So check out the Run
Mm,
Local website and sign up for the Santa Barbara virtual half marathon. I'll be knocking mine out this coming weekend. So
awesome. Wow. Well, I gotta get my shoes on then. I will try to knock mine out as well. All right, fantastic. And we've got new members. So, new members up on the screen. We are working on a few things behind the scenes to make sure that we build up the community up on Circle and especially for the January challenge. So, hopefully, we can start talking with you, new members, a little bit more, get you guys into the fold, and start to hear your stories because we've heard some incredible stories over the last week, some that we will definitely share with the crew. And yeah, we just can't wait for everybody to kind of meet each other, find each other's stories. There's just some compelling stuff that's going on behind the scenes. And also, we've got birthdays up on the screen. Gotta make sure that we give a shout out to John Hansen. Incredible, I know, incredible athlete. He used to run a 10K every day for like 5 years. I don't know if he still is, but I know I've run into him several times up on the course. He's also helped Bob Anderson with the whole Bali double road race. I know he has a lot of connections over there. So fantastic guy. And we've got to shout out Ben. Who has a compelling story in and of himself. Gloria, who is a fantastic team member of Too Legit, who just a ball of energy, so much fun out there on the course. And we've got a couple of other shout outs as well up here on the screen. Coach,
no, I
anybody
mean, I
that
think
you want
those,
to
those
give a shout
three,
out
four
to?
individuals
Yeah.
you referenced, John Hanson on his birthday, he wanted to run a sub 7 minute 1 mile. I think he came in maybe almost like sub 6:30. And he's 54, 55 years young.
What?
Yeah, so great job.
Wow.
Gloria's birthday today, and Ben's birthday tomorrow. Just two pillars of our fitness community here in the Bay Areas, and particularly, with RaceMob and Too Legit. Hats off to you. And yeah, let's make 2021 the best year yet coming up.
Fantastic, fantastic. And we've got Bob Anderson's on the list. So birthday next Sunday. I'm not sure what he's doing, but founder of Runner's World, fantastic podcast guest, one of my favorites of all time. I mean, just the stories that he tells, meeting all of the greats over the time, including Steve Prefontaine and Ronald Reagan. I mean, he told the story about him being at the White House and all of that. So fantastic stories. Go check out the podcast if you have a chance. And with that, we are splitting the weekly workouts into their own segments. So we're going to have weekly workouts, the speed work and everything. Coach B is going to start posting those online. So if you're looking for speed work, looking for some creative things or something to focus on for the week, do look out for that video that's coming out separately. And with that, just want to say thank you guys for joining. Again, come join the training plan, the free training plan. Just come to the link, fill out the quick quiz, and you're going to get a baseline training plan, if nothing else, to help you in January. So with that, just want to say thank you guys. Please comment down below on what is your goal for 2021. So the first step for the training plan finder is finding out what your goal is, what you're looking forward to do. So comment down below to let us know what your goal is for 2021, and let's make this the best year ever. Thanks, guys.
Have a Merry Christmas. Give the gift of health to yourself and somebody else. Okay, we can help you with that. A Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. All right, thanks.